Hi! If you are enjoying Sit Down with Jesus, you might want to check out our other resources at www.ourpeoplemedia.com. Our small group series, His Story, My Story, will help you present Jesus by telling stories from His life. Want a practical course on holiness? The House series will work well for your small groups, your church, or your core. And there is more, like clips for kids evangelism. Go today to www.ourpeoplemedia.com.
So I want to share just a couple of these words that might be helpful for you as they were for me when I learned them. So worship comes from an Old English word, which means worthship, to give honor to ascribe honor. And it's important, even though it's not rocket science, it's important to really realize that at the beginning, worship is about God. It's worthship. It's someone that is greater than us that we ascribe glory to, we ascribe honor to. Another word that's helpful from the Old Testament is shahar, which means to bow down. And I think if you consider what it is when you bow to someone, you are giving honor, you are paying allegiance, you're giving respect. It is one that is generally often greater than you. You recognize your position, you recognize your worth in comparison to that person. And so shahar is a helpful one for me to, and it's all through the Old Testament that they bowed. Another one that is helpful is latrio, which is to serve, service. And so considering my life of worship, what does it look like to serve in response, to worship God by serving Him, by serving others as an act of worship to Him? One of my favorites, which is used the most in the New Testament, is proskuneo. It's a Greek translation word, and it means to kiss toward, to kiss the hand of one who is revered. And one of the reasons why I love this so much is that there's an obvious connection, there's an obvious relationship, there's obvious emotion, there is heart. And when you kiss toward, that's a sign of intimacy. Proskuneo is the prostitute before Jesus, who really is not looking at everybody else and what they're doing. Her heart is broken before the Lord, and she's pouring out her offering of worship, of proskuneo. It's not focused on other people around. It's focused singularly on the recipient of the worship. And that's a challenge of what worship is single-minded focus with proskuneo. And of course, there's John 4. Where the woman at the well is having an interaction with Jesus, and there's so much to unpack there. But Jesus says that true worshippers worship in spirit and truth. And so the time is coming and has now come, he says, when the true worshippers will worship in spirit and truth. I don't know about you, but I want to be counted as a true worshipper, worshiping in spirit and truth of my Lord. So out of all of those words, there are two conclusions that I draw. The first is that worship is a verb. It is active. It's a doing word. It's not passive. It's not something that I sit back and watch others do. It's something that I am involved in, whether it's in a corporate setting or whether it's in my everyday life. It's something that is an action out of my attitude. It's not something that is a noun, that is, I go to worship. I go to the worship time, even though that is something that it sometimes can get reduced to. It's not just that, it's a verb, it's active, I'm involved in it. And secondly, it is always concerned with an attitude of the heart. It doesn't matter what is happening on the outside, it doesn't matter what the form is. The Lord is and has always been concerned with what is happening on the inside, on our hearts. Do not look on outward appearance, God says, the Lord looks on the heart. So it does not matter about the form. The outward is merely an expression, or it should be, of the inner. Without the inner, nothing else matters. When I have the privilege of leading others in worship, I will often invite people to take a posture of the reflection of their heart. And that might be sitting or kneeling or bowing or standing with hands raised as a sign of surrender, as a sign of praise, open-handed, lying down, meditating. There are biblical references for all of those things, which I don't have time to unpack. But the essence of all of it is that it's about the connection of my heart in response to my King.